corral.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Ingram. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop. These two teams, Titans and Dolphins, met last year, Week 5. That was... Jay Cutler versus Matt Castle, and it was the Dolphins getting a fourth-quarter touchdown from Jarvis Landry, and they held on to win 16-10 in South Florida. On 3rd down, Taylor into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Kenyon Drake with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognizes
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception... Your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Taylor, and the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Beckham, the guy everyone's going to be keeping an eye on, but he's going to have his work cut out for him. He's going to be watched like a hawk on virtually every snap by Joe Hayden, and over the years, we know Hayden's reputation.
Oh, the reputation is well-deserved, too, because he's a guy that has the agility and the length to stay with receivers. Think about what he's able to do. Even though he's a tall corner, able to break down and move quickly to where the ball is.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Again, it's Taylor. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw again is Taylor. And that will be incomplete as well.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And still fighting. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
You have to give some credit because he broke some tackles in order to get that big pickup. But maybe it's a little bit more that the lost art of tackling reared its ugly head on that play. And the end result, a big-time pickup of yardage.
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 14-3, that's our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff for Drake. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Delaney Walker, 39 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
Now Bailey. Bailey to tack on the extra point. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Bailey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's had great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago. Then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans, they don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
To throw is Taylor. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. And they were right in that gray area on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been, and in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to what they call punt safe. In other words, you leave your defense out in the field, prepare for them to possibly go for it, and then you just have a little bit different responsibilities. You're not really trying to get a big return. You just want to make sure you get the ball back. But they fell asleep at the switch.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Maybe a free play now for Taylor. That's complete right around the 8. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe the Dolphin got going a little early.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers...
Ingram churning. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Julian Edelman gets ready to take the field again here on offense. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Room past the 20. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to look deep for Edelman. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Titans. Julian Edelman, 67 yards. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Bailey now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the route is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds. Seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Over the middle to Beckham. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and dropped shy of the 45. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. On second down, Taylor. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it's third and short.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. He's going to go for it. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Running, it's Drake. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at MetLife Stadium, the Giants hosting Jacksonville. And it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. The Giants trying to start the season right and is looking good so far at home. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. The Ravens playing well in their opener, trying to send their sellout crowd home happy. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. The Texans looking to get off to a hot start, and a road win would help them do just that. In our game, we've seen a solid performance out of the rookie Baker Mayfield. His guys are on the road to Blowout City. They lead it big as we send you back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Here comes Gwen on the return. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. Jameis Winston with one touchdown pass thus far. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
They'll run with Drake. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Play fake. Mayfield rolling to his right. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A give running right. Drake trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Gone. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Slant route caught by Edelman. 20. And now running right through it. That goes for a gain of 31. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
On first down, Drake. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Kenyon Drake with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And this Titan offense is running away with this one. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in Q3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ingram again. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does.
That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Mark Hertzlich in on the stop.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Now a handoff to Ingram. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Early on in the broadcast, you talked about how he was one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 last year and that they needed to keep him under 100. He's well under 100.
And how about in our pregame meetings when we talked with them, they said that was going to be one of the top priorities for them in this one.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play.
They'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Odell Beckham from 6 yards away, and the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. And that touchdown there, it's not going to get them a win. It makes things a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that will cut this lead down to 25. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Titans are going to recover the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Room here to run. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now on first down, Drake again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this will come up short.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
319.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
319.
Throwing again, it's Taylor. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. And it's 3rd and 4. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary.
And he loses the football the second time. It's picked up by the Titans.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Tennessee, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with